should be going live in just a second. Just gonna make sure on YouTube it shows up as well, if not already. Alright, we should be going. Hey Rick. So there's 8 packs per box and then 12 cards per pack, to answer that question. So thanks everybody for joining me up on here today. Thanks for taking the time. My name is Nick, as I'm sure most of you guys know, and I'm doing a little unboxing special and a little bit of a sort of preview my thoughts and takes on the 2025 CFL season. I'm really excited. The CFL Players Association was kind enough to gift me not one but 2 boxes, and I'm really looking forward to digging into them. You've got Vernon Adams on the cover. This is last year's set from 2024. Back here, I brought, just to contrast a little bit, this is my binder of the ones from 2023. And so we can do a little bit of a comparison when they show up. Funny enough, I have not gotten a Toronto Argonauts parallel card, but I've gotten 2 cards of players who ended up playing for the Argos, but their card was them with a different team. So these are what last year's cards looked like. Apologize, some of the glare's not the best, but you can see over here, 94, that's Jake Serezna. I have his autograph card on one of the Band-Aids. And then I forget what year it was, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I think it was 2020 or 2021. I have Enoch Muwamba Montreal Alouettes jersey. Funny enough, I think it was the year they traded him, or he signed in Toronto, but because of the COVID pandemic and everything else going on, a lot of the cards were kind of outdated, more so than other sets that have came since. The big patch card that I've got signed here, I'll take it out and just show off a little bit. So there I have Jake Winicky is the big one there. And then the other 2 I've got are Jameer Thurman for Calgary and Lucky Whitehead for BC. I seem to pull a lot of BC Lions guys, so I get pretty lucky with that. Marcus Sales, and I think that's David Mackey. So yeah. So this is kind of a new thing for me. I look forward to it. It's nice we're able to talk CFL stuff throughout all this. So now my high-tech transition phase on the... Okay. May have been a brief technical delay there. So I don't know if I really need to show myself ripping them out of the package, but yeah, as you can see, Vernon Adams was the cover athlete on the boxes this year, or the 2024 season. I don't know who's on the cover for this year's set. So we open these guys up. Often what I'll do is, you might have saw in my binder for last year's, I'll use the box and I'll kind of insert that into my folder. So we got all our cards here. Hey Richard, good to see you. Yep, so there's our cards. So boom, be on the lookout for game used CFL League cards. I had the auto focus on it, so I don't know if that will work or not. So there's 8 packs in here. Typically, for each box of 8 cards you get, you'll typically find 2 Band-Aid autograph cards and 1 jersey relic, and then there's also some that are even rarer than that. You might find ones that have both the jersey and the autograph, or in the case of mine that I showed, I have the one from last year's set that has a slightly larger jersey piece. Sometimes there'll be ones that have the CFL logo patch in the center. or a more prominent part of the jersey with like a number or something, as opposed to just kind of part of like the sleeve or the chest area where it's only kind of one color. As I mentioned, I'm hoping I'll pull my boy Royce Metier out of these. So let's get underway. Um, if you ever get a set on your own, up on the top here, so on the back side at the top, it lists all the odds of finding whatever thing there is. So like CFL greatness cards, 9 to 1. You usually get one of the parallel set in every pack, and I'll show that off as we get it open. So I'm just kind of opening it off camera, if because it's a little bit awkward to open out in front. So if you don't see that, that's why. Oh, and what a great start! The very first card we pulled was Mason Pierce. So we get a Toronto Argonauts right off the rip. That's a pretty good way to go about it. And then another Argonaut. We got Darius Sirocco. These are all common cards right now. Lorenzo Malden from Ottawa. Mike Rose from Calgary. Here is one of these rare parallel cards. So we got Casey Sales of the Ticats. So you'll see there at the bottom, it'll have it'll mark it as an upper deck exclusive as kind of the parallel set. So this is the same kind of card as in the base set, but it's glossed over. It's shiny. I know last year's sets had to some of them had them marked out of how many. Nick Callender from Montreal. Cameron Judge. Well, hang on. Let me readjust there. So Nick Callender there. Cameron Judge. Got Dalton Schoen. Zach Caleros. First quarterback pull. Dominic Rhymes. And there's one of the CFL greatness cards this year. So we got Mike Rose in the first one. So you'll typically find a CFL greatness card in every box or in every pack you open, which is nice. And then James Butler, I think, rounds it out. Yep, we're back to Mason Pierce. Just kind of going back real quick, looking at the CFL greatness cards, I like the way they did it this year or 2024 because the players in kind of a really nice sort of colorful background. Um, so it really stands out nice. Some of the other ones from last year's set, maybe I can pull one up from my box as an example. You get a couple of these where if there's good action in the background, they look really good. So like this one here with Trevor Harris, like you've got a lot of action going on, or this one here. But then the problem you get is that you'll get sometimes ones like these, like Tyler Cornelius is here, or I think this is Chad Kelly's, yeah, where there's kind of a lot of nothing in the background. Ooh, a signed Willie Jefferson. Very nice. That's a good pull, Rick. So, what I will do, seeing as I've got enough space here for the time being, I'll leave all the commons over on the side, and then we'll maybe look at them when we're done at the end. And then I'll set the CFL greatness cards and any of the parallel sets up here, and then I'll line up any of the other, like the rare jersey relics or whatever else we come across as we open them up. So, what did everybody think? Training camp's done. All the cuts have been made. Pretty, pretty wild news coming out of Toronto. Of course, Kadeem Carey being cut was quite a big surprise to everybody, myself included. I don't think anybody really thought that he would have been one of the guys on the chopping block just because of everything last year, winning the Grey Cup. Yeah, it's to me that's the bigger surprise. I think for many of us who kind of watched and followed the Argos camp, we all kind of knew Cameron Dukes didn't really have that great a showing. Oh, good question, Rick. So I go when I put them in my sleeves, into the book. I do it by the number. So I don't sort it by team or anything. I go by the number that the cards are indexed at. Every card on the yeah you'll see here on the back, they'll all have. Everybody knows they all have that number on the corner that tells you where it's from. I tend to sort it based on how the set organizes them rather than doing it by what I think or what by team or anything else like that. So I think one thing I'm gonna do is I might spoil it for myself, but I'm gonna put the rare cards to the back, just so that way the CFL greatness or whatever, if I can kind of hide it this way, it won't be kind of boring if halfway through the poll we get the rare card. So we'll see what we get here. So Jimmy Thurman, first pull for Saskatchewan. Good one. Next here we have uh, Thibaut de Bali. My upside down reading needs work. Terry Williams. The BC one. There's our CFL greatness. So we got Micah Alway. Hey, Chris. Thanks for joining us. Tavares Daniels. Nice solid one. The third Argonaut I think we've gotten right now. An ex-Argonaut, AJ Ouellette. Another CFL greatness card. The cover guy, Vernon Adams Jr. And Flo Remalade. There's Argonaut number 4, I believe. And then our deluxe card, one of the blue parallel sets, Wesley Sutton from the Alouettes. And here's the one we're all waiting for. Pulled it in the second pack we opened. And wah wah. Of course, jersey card, I pull the tie cat. So I got a James Butler Jr. Autograph card, which is nice. And I don't know if you can see here, but there's clearly some dirt or something on it. So it's not a perfectly clean, pristine jersey card. Like, it's clearly showed that it's a game worn relic. So pretty awesome that only 2 packs in and we've already pulled one of the relic cards, which is really nice. So that guy can go right there. And maybe I'll adjust them as we start building up our little pile of cards. When we're done, I'll kind of sum up everything, see what we've gotten out of them all, and yeah, so Chris, in general, you will find at least one jersey relic card and then 2 band-aids. It's not a guarantee, but it's pretty consistent that usually I've found. I think I've bought 6 boxes, and over the course of time, I've always gotten 2 band-aids and one jersey relic. Occasionally, you might get a second one, or you might get one that has an autograph and a relic. So pretty good combination of stuff there. That's 2 down. I'll figure out how to maybe put some background music on next time. I didn't really want to risk getting demonetized doing this. Okay, set the nice fancy cards to the back. And here we go. Good start for pack number 3. The superstar, Winnie McManus. I was hoping the focus thing the autofocus would be a little bit better on this. Maybe next time I'll manually adjust it. Brandon Danbridge. Tim White. Go through it quickly because it's a Ty Cat card. Tyrese Beverett. Tavares Daniels. Will Stanback. Again, I apologize about the blurriness of it. Here's their punter. Adam Carson, the Riders punter. And then here's our CFL Greatness card. So we got Cody Fajardo's. And then I think we got a couple more. Luchez Purifoy. Evan Holm from Winnipeg. And there's our other CFL Greatness. So the CFL Greatness card of AJ Ouellette. This is kind of the easy parallel set to get because I think there's only around 15 or 20. Yeah, I got pretty lucky with the Argos pulls. Usually I don't do that well. And the Deluxe Greatness card, Boris Beatty. That's a good pull. Yeah, it's too bad he didn't have quite the season we were hoping for. He was hoping for, I'm sure, in Edmonton last year. So we kind of see football's a tough business with the cuts that were made. So yeah, when it comes to like the copyright thing, like I know YouTube's really, really stingy and bad for copyright music. So like unless you kind of go with some dinky generic sort of background music, or like you're one of these, I don't know, like an anime VTuber who has tons of money that they can throw at getting a custom song made for them, background music, it's kind of hard for the average Joe. Nope, Boris Beatty, I don't think he was even in anyone's camp. Okay, so now we're on the halfway point. This will be pack number 4. Don't forget, I still got one more box to open after this, so we got a long time to keep chatting. Usually I like to get at least one of the sleeves in really good shape so I can put them in as well, just to kind of mark the binder. Makes a nice, neat little keepsake. So we start off with the CFL Greatness. We got Dalton Schoen. I think I'm just going to go randomly through them because they seem to be kind of in random order now. One of our blue deluxe sets. So that's Jeremiah Hardrick from the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Oh boy, here we go. We got really, really, really lucky. Second jersey relic, we got Vernon Adams Jr. And you can tell that this is part of one of the corners, maybe around like the 3 there, because it's even got the number showing. So that is really, really, really awesome. That's a huge pull. So that I'm really happy about. Yeah, or maybe it's even, as I look it up close, yeah, it's probably the number. I'm thinking like around the shoulder maybe. But yeah, that's really awesome. That made me really happy. The other thing too is like from the side angle, it is so thick. So when you compare it to like a regular card like this one, you can just see like it's way thicker to house the patch in it. So that's pretty cool. That's an amazing pickup. So we got a really nice Vernon Adams Jr. We got James Butler. So that's exciting. Okay, back to CFL Greatness. We got the Mario Houston. And with the rest of the regular cards, we got Sean McEwen, Damon Webb, and then back to the Dalton Schoen. I might be mistaken, but I think there was a little bit less cards in this one. But honestly, for to get that pull, that awesome Vernon Adams card, I don't mind. They've kind of done different things in the past, which is kind of weird. Sometimes there's been cardboard inserts in to kind of make it seem like it could be one of the rare packs. Because I guess if you open enough of them, you can kind of feel the side of the the packs, and kind of dig out which packs are probably the ones that have the rare ones in it. literally for this one, all I did was I opened it and then or I just stacked them on top. So there's no random element to it. At the end of the day, you never know what you're gonna get until you pop them open. So yeah, I gotta think it's part of the number too. Now that I took a better look at it. So we got Rich Leone, the Red Blacks. Right here, Kevin Brown, who is now cut by the Argos. Then we got the CFL Greatness, Kevin Brown. Yeah, like not knowing what to expect in the off season and in camp, like you see stuff like that and it hurts because yeah, Kevin Brown did pretty well for Edmonton last year. So for him to get cut by Toronto, it's a hard market. Darius Pickett, of course, former Toronto Argonaut. There is Mr. Katsantonis, Hamilton. Deluxe one is TJ Lee, making the tackle there. And then we got Marc Antoine Dequoy. That was one of the cards I was hoping we'd pull from one of the other teams. Then Pierre Kyrie Wilson. Willie Jefferson. Nick Dembski. Casey Sales. There it goes. Tyson Philpott. And then we're back to Richie Leone. Honestly, I'd rather get the jersey relics though, as opposed to the signed ones. It's like although technically it kind of can ruin the value of getting a regular card signed. Um, I'm really picky about it because I don't like the band-aids personally. Like I'd rather have the card physically signed, but then it's also a lot kind of it's a little trickier to forge and stuff because like it doesn't uphold the validity of the card when the card's been signed. That's why if you have like a Gretzky or a Crosby rookie card, for instance, you're never gonna want to actually get it physically signed by them, especially without a certificate of authenticity. It can actually hurt the value of the card because there's nothing to back up that it's a legitimate one as versus a forgery. Like no one's gonna fake sign a band-aid and then put it on the card. And also, if you notice, when you look at these relic cards, there'll usually be some sort of a congratulations message there. So it'll tell you like you received a trading card, Vern Adams, confirmed to have been used in an official CFL game. The autograph cards say a similar thing as well. So yeah, once this is all done, I'll get them all sleeved up. Yeah, for me, it's not so much about like the quality of the signature itself, but it's the less so with the CFL, but more so, especially with like the bigger leagues. With some of those hockey sets where like you buy some boxes of them where there's like signet guaranteed signature cards, but you're paying $300 for a box of like 9 cards. Um, you want to make sure that they're legit, and it's the authenticity and the forgery market that's a bigger problem. So there we go. So we have Javon Leake, Reggie Bagleton, one of the CFL greatness polls. Kicker Sean White out of BC. We got Derek Mills. There's Tavares Daniels again, but you can tell this one's one of the red parallel sets, so that's the Upper Deck exclusive. So slightly rare. I think it's rarer than the blue parallel. Last year and a couple years before, it was gold and red, and they were even numbered at the top. So I don't know if it's okay. So the Upper Deck exclusives are numbered at the back. Like that Tavares Daniels one I got was number 53 out of 100, and then the other ones, the blue ones, are out around 250. So yeah, you'll see right here at the bottom right there, 53 out of 100. So also kind of gives you a guess of how many are actually produced. And then so like this Vernon Adams one, for instance, it's 14 out of 35. So in theory, out of every card in the set that they've released, there's only 35 of those. And then this one where James Butler doesn't have it, so there's no number out of whatever. So, and then this is the checklist card that came up. So, at least I think that's the one. Yep. Yeah, this is the checklist card. So, the next, what they always do with the checklist cards is that they'll usually have two players a team. So in this case, they've got Brady Oliveira, Dalton Schoen. Oh, and here we go. I finally got a CFL Argos autograph card, and it's our boy Kadeem Carey. Man, all I'm gonna say is that hurts to pull this card on stream the day that the cuts were announced. Man, that hurts. Uh, Football's a cutthroat business, man, and it sometimes can suck. Yeah, yeah. Uh, so then we got Trey Ford, and then Keon Hatcher, Jake Mayer, Mustafa Johnson, Tim White's CFL Greatness card. So there's another one pulled in there. And I think we're back to the beginning with Javon Leake. So, yeah. And then we had Reggie Bagleton earlier. So there's that. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, it's hard because, like, there's not as much of the salary cap space available that you have in other leagues. Like, you look at the Argos situation, like, they've put a lot of money into Winnie McManus, Cam Judge, Chad Kelly. There's probably a decent amount of money to go into guys like Daniels and Coxie. You can only restructure guys' contracts so much um, that there just isn't enough room for everybody. And I think that's what it comes down to. You see a lot of potential um, in guys like Mitchell, um, in Williams there. So for Toronto specifically, so that, like, do you really want to put that money into keeping someone like Kadeem around another season? Like, I'm just glad I'm not the ones who have to make those decisions because it is incredibly difficult, and I don't envy them 1 second. As I said in the tweet earlier there this week, like, people's lives on the line, and some of them it'll be their last time playing professional football, which sucks. Okay, next pack we got Peter Godbeer. Stand up again. Jamar Hardrick, Zach Caleros, Marte Ivy, TJ Lee. There's one of the deluxe cards. So we got Brandon Danbridge. A silver CFL Greatness, a Darius Pickett. So nice pull there. Alexander Hollins, Mario Alford. A lot of riders in this pack. The regular Darius Pickett. So you can kind of, maybe it doesn't show up as well on camera. You can kind of see that the one is silver and then the other's the kind of standard one. Um, yeah, it is marked as a gold CFL Greatness card. Um, so it is slightly different. But I'll set it here for now on the top of that pile. Terry Williams, Nick Callender again, and then back to Peter Godber. Yeah, I think I pulled Ivy's card last year. I don't know if that was one of the relic cards I had that I showed. Nah, it's Marcus Sales. Probably Lucky Whitehead. That's probably what's throwing me off. My dad pulled with his box of cards from 2023, the last season. He pulled Adam Big Hill, so he was really happy for that. My dad's second favorite team after Toronto is Winnipeg. So before you guys say anything, it had way before Mike O'Shea became head coach there in Winnipeg. Like we when we used to go like um to Argonaut games back at the Sky Dome back in the day, um, we wouldn't go to every game necessarily when I was a kid, but we probably went to maybe I would say 5 or 6. So we might miss 2 or 3 of their home games, but the ones that we would never miss, no matter what, guaranteed we would never miss the Winnipeg game. We would always go. So that's a pretty big memory of mine. Didn't matter how good the two teams were compared to each other, which is weird. You think, oh, I should go to Hamilton, but rivalry games and that kind of thing more. But yeah, for whatever reason. Okay, so this is the last pack of the first box. So the odds are pretty unlikely that we're gonna get another relic, but we'll see. Um, so I got Demario Houston, Brandon Ravenberg, CFL Greatness, Boris Beatty, Cody Fajardo. He's a guy I kind of feel bad for the way he got dumped by the Alouettes the end of last season. Deshaun Amos, of course, who's now Hamilton Tiger Cat. There's our Upper Deck exclusive CFL Greatness, Boris Beatty. Nice thing about opening these old cards too is that you kind of talk about where guys have gone and what they've done since. We got Mario Alford again, David Beard. There we go. There's the Wayne McManus CFL Greatness. Pick that one up. Got a pretty good stack of those going on now. It should be a fairly easy parallel set to get. Jake Serezna and his Argos Blues. And then we got the Brady Oliveira, Dalton Schoen checklist card again. Marc-Antoine Dequoy again. And then I think we're back to square one. Yeah, good seeing you, Chris. Thanks for tuning in. I feel bad that my dad doesn't get to open any of these with me, but I'm gonna show him off the cards soon enough. So this is our stack of commons. So I haven't counted, but there's probably roughly around 50 of them there. And then 3, 6. I got 14 CFL Greatness cards, but it's also including 1 or 2 of the silver ones. Yeah, I'll lay them out. Nah, they're all being open today, Chris. I ain't saving any. So we got Amos, Resna, Daniels, Winton. I think there was someone else too. Excuse the silence. I'm just flipping through them all right now to try to pull them out. So for the commons here, we've got yeah. So funny, we got the Kadeem Carey card sitting there, but so of Argonauts in uniform from this season. Dara Sirocco, Mason Pierce, Tavares Daniels again, Win McManus, Jake Serezna, Deshaun Amos. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But I do want to point out with the 2 DeVaris Daniels cards. So just like the CFL Greatness ones, you can kind of see if I bring them up nice and close and let the camera do its thing. Come on. Autofocus. There you go. You can see there is a slight difference in the shade. And then, too, if you look in the back, it verifies it again. That there are... Yeah, so kind of the orangey brown ones are the common, and then you've got the... hang on. Trying to shuffle that upside down does not work. So the gold is the one that's kind of more yellowy, or I guess brown. Yeah, yellowy or silver. Yeah, so that one's the gold one, and then the more orangey one here that I just put in front. So on your left, that's the common one. So this one's the gold one. This one's the common one. So I didn't separate those out. It's definitely a lot harder to tell on the regular cards than the other ones. The CFL Greatness ones are kind of easy to see. These ones are a little tricky. I don't have necessarily the best lighting here at my desk area. Okay, so let's get on to pack number 2. Maybe when we're done, I'll switch the stream on to broadcast on me, and we can chat a little bit more direct. It's kind of weird knowing that, like, I got the webcam on, but I'm also not visibly seen. Glad you're able to, Rick. I hope everybody else who's joining us, who's listening in, is enjoying it as well. If you guys want to get in on the banter, anybody with a YouTube account can use the chat feature that's up on the right side, I believe, of the screen. So go ahead and pop in, say hello, ask me any kind of CFL questions you guys want to talk about. If there's anything with the broadcast you think can be a little bit better on my end, let me know, and I will try to tweak it as best I can. So this is our second box, and just like before, you got 8 packs in here, 12 cards. That's 96 if I did the math right. So there's usually around 200 cards in each box. So generally I found with 2 boxes you can usually get the majority of the set done just from those alone. So it's pretty easy to get a full set. Yeah, like Rick said, the full thing's there too. The whole, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, all that thing. I don't know how often I'll be on posting, so I doubt I'll get to 1,000 views anytime soon. But anything to help grow the channel helps. And follow my friend Rick Boccaccio as well on the Tycat Talk Network YouTube account if you haven't already. Lots of great analysis. Rick has the best spreadsheets out of anybody I know, so it's always great to hear his takes. Yeah, good question, Richard. What do you think of all the changes on the Argos? There's a lot to dissect with it. I think just the fact that they keep changing it up, it's like it makes it hard to root for individuals, but it has proven to work, and I keep saying it with the changes on defense in particular. It makes it really hard to plan against because it's not the same dozen guys that you see every year. It makes it really hard to strategize against it. So we had Pickett, we had Katsantonis. I don't think I've gotten this one yet of Damari Houston, Brendan Revenberg. There's the deluxe Winnie McManus in blue. Haven't seen my guy Royce Metier, the one dude I was hoping to pull out of all this. So this is one of the silver ones of Michael Coulter, and then you got TJ Lee. So again, you kind of see the autofocus, whatever, do its job. I'll have to get a better camera. But it is a slightly different shade of color, like compared to the orange on this CFL Greatness Darius Pickett. There you go. So you can see that kind of more muted color is a sign that it's slightly rarer of a card, but not really by that much. It's still part of the base set. The blue ones and the red ones are by far a lot rarer, and they're even numbered. And then back to Terry Williams, Nick Callender again, Tavares Daniels again, AJ Oled again, Darius Pickett. So we're getting into a lot of commons now. I wonder if there's only 100 in this set. It feels a little smaller. Last year's set, I didn't pull a single duplicate, I think. In the first, let me rephrase that. I didn't pull a duplicate in the first box I opened. Like, every single card was unique. And I guess technically with the silver ones, I guess we didn't in these, but I feel like I'm getting a lot more duplicates in this year's set at this point. Okay, so here we go. We got Diedrich Mills, Richie Leone. I'm going to go a little bit faster now because a lot of these are becoming of duplicates. Kevin Brown. And the greatness, Kevin Brown. Willie Jefferson in red. And Richie Stubblefield. It's one of our autograph cards. Very nice. So I was really a little quick pulling them. So there's Willie Jefferson there. And then there's Richie Stubblefield. So there's our next jersey relic. No, Mason Pierce got cut last year. They released, I think he was cut just before the end of the season last year. Marte Ivy. And yeah, the Oliveira Dalton Schoen checklist card. Yeah, it goes up to 100. So this is, I think, the second or the third one I've gotten. I don't know if I've shown these guys yet, but I had another Marc-Antoine Dequoy, another Mario Alford, and then back to Diedrich Mills. So yeah, not bad. That was a pretty good pull there. So there's one of our jersey cards. Yeah, Mason Pierce got cut because Mark Milton, if I remember correctly, had looked that much better. Like, Pierce started out really, really good, and then kind of as things went on, it. But yeah, between like Benji Franklin and Mark Milton, who they picked up in the middle of the season last year, they just kind of outperformed him. And then like they've still got Jonathan Edward. I did bring the list out. I'm cheating because I switched on my monitor here. I've got so Evans got cut, and then but like they've got Deshaun Blackburn, they've got Kenneth George Jr. George Rutledge, I thought looked pretty good in their halfback position. Silka's got a lot of potential. So yeah, said before, cutthroat league. The Cam Dukes one, I kind of talked about a little bit earlier. Unfortunately, I'm not too surprised, just because I think you're kind of hoping for a little bit more development from him, a little bit more kind of calmness in the pocket, and I don't know, he just looked, I don't know the word, but he didn't quite look as composed in the pocket as someone who's started as many games as he did last year. And I think he's the challenges as those games go on, like it's an asset. You become kind of hard to read at the beginning, but then similar to like Ottawa's quarterback that they had start for a lot of last year, he kind of once kind of the book was out, it became a lot easier to defend. You learn kind of the one part of their game that's really weak and force them to play into that play style. So there we got Santos Knox, Javon Leake again, CFL Greatness, Reggie Bigleton. There's Sean White again. James Butler in our blue CFL Greatness. Justin Hardy. Zach Caleros. And this is the silver CFL Greatness. Or gold, I guess, what they call it. The better one. Nick Dembski. Casey Sales. Tyson Philpott. I don't think we've pulled him yet. Then another Winnie McManus base CFL Greatness. Jake Ceresna. Then back to Santos Knox. So good pulls there. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm still not sold on Tucker Horniak myself, to be honest. He looked good. He looked all right. Definitely looked better than how Cam Dukes did. I hate to say it, but yeah, his game looked fine. But I'd still, I don't know. He looked more like a kind of conventional CFL quarterback. I'm a little worried though, just given how we kind of have a lot of them in the CFL right now. Like, and we even saw with Jared Dagey coming in with less than a week notice how amazing he performed. And yeah, I don't know. We'll see how things go because it's like I think he proved he's capable enough that he could do the job. But clearly it's Chad and then Nick and then. Yeah, probably. I still think it's probably Daggy coming in on the short yardage plays because he pulled it off so effortlessly. I bet Edmonton was wondering where that Daggy was through all of last season when they could have used him. So, and it could very much be schemed. Like maybe he just fits Toronto's playing style better than Edmonton's. I don't know, and we'll see. We'll see how Edmonton does. They're the one team that really needs to do something this year. Because if they're like if they're off the map again and don't perform well, then they're in huge trouble because of all the ownership changes and all the reforms and stuff that they've made. Dalton Schoen, Winnie McManus, Brandon Danbridge, Tim White, Tyrese Beverett, CFL Greatness, Dejon Allen in blue. So there's another new Argo card for us. Add that one to the list. Keon Hatcher, Mason Pierce, Radio Oliveira, Kieran Moore, Trey Robertson, Vernon Adams, and then back to I think Dalton Schoen again. Oh, and Winnie McManus again. So trying to keep track of where I started at on these, but there's gone through too many. So I got 4 more left. So we're 3/4 of the way through on our show. We've only pulled one of our autograph cards. Yeah, that's a good question, Rich. They threw a lot of money at Robbie Smith, but I don't think between Jared Brinkman and Jake Ceresna they really gave them a whole ton of money. Ceresna chose to be in Edmonton. Like that was that. Like we were never getting Ceresna back. And for Jared Brinkman, his family's in Idaho, so I got to think, the drive from Idaho to Edmonton is a lot easier than to Toronto. So I'm sure that probably played a bit of a factor in too. Um, yeah, they've got a lot of good DBs. I don't know what the status of with like Curly Gittens and his salary, that kind of side of things either. So I noticed going through these cards too. So I haven't pulled Geno Lewis. I haven't pulled Curly Gittens. Yeah, they could be very similar to BC, which just means that there's a lot of pressure on them to do well this year. Because like if they lose out, if they don't perform well or at least get to 500, I think that's what everybody kind of needs to expect from them. James Butler, this is one of the shiny ones, high gloss. So now there's even another one, high gloss, super shiny silver. So it's even more like it's silver, and then the other one. So this is the gold, and then there's the orange. So like just to make the colors even more confusing. So it'll be something to review after I'm done pulling all of these, because maybe I missed a couple of those high gloss ones earlier. Trey Ford, Micah Awe, Cody Fajardo again. Like the Alouettes logo in the middle there. It looks really good. Stands out more than the Stampeders one. Purifoy, Evan Holm. There's the other checklist. So I was waiting for that. So there are, yeah, so there are 200 cards in the set. Interesting. Or at least two different checklist cards. Mike Rose, Mike Alway. And then I think this was also a card that we didn't get before. Samuel Emlis. They must not be paying Ford as much as everybody thinks he is. Definitely they're not paying McLeod Bethel Thompson much. I think the one thing Edmonton can't do is be below 500, and definitely cannot be at the basement of the league again. I mean, I know Calgary kind of bottomed out too, but no, I've pulled guys from every team. Um, yeah, thinking about it, like in terms of star players, relics, that kind of stuff, I guess I don't have any Winnipeg. Off the top of my head, I don't think I have anything from Winnipeg, and I don't think I've got Hamilton now. I've got a ton of BC. I've got. I guess I don't have much Calgary stuff either. Wish I had more Toronto stuff. I got a ton of BC pulls for whatever reason. So we go Marte Ivy, TJ Lee, Jameer Thurman, Thibaut de Balal, Micah Awe, Kieran Moore, one of the deluxe blues. Okay, I feel like I'm gonna get a relic or something here soon. Hey, I called it. I had a feeling. So Diedrich Mills. So there's the Calgary one. And then we got Thibaut Delaire, James Butler, Sean McEwen, Damon Webb, Adam Carsock, and then back to Marte Ivy. So there we go. We got our next autograph card. So I've got two more left to open. So we'll see what we're left with here. Is it going to be this one, or is it going to be the last one that's got one more, something special in it? So Deshaun Amos, Pierre Godber, Hardrick, Zach Claros again. A lot of his CFL greatness card. There is our red upper deck exclusive, Zach Claros. Trying to be an optimist that there was something really good underneath. Javon Leake, silver, or the gold CFL greatness. And that one. Jameer Thurman. There's our boy, Flo Rimolade. There's another Argonaut to the list. Dalton Schoen. There we go, Zach Claros. Dominic Rhymes, Mike Rose. So, last pack. So this is hopefully our last relic one. 3 jerseys, 2 signs. Roughly get 2 jerseys, 1 sign per box. Yeah, it's weird. In the past, generally I found I've gotten more signatures than jersey relics, but maybe I just got lucky. And speaking of lucky, I don't want to spoil too much, but there's a really thick card in here, so that's usually a good sign. So let's move the thick guy to the back. Okay, so CFL Greatness. We got Vernon Adams again. Another CFL Greatness. We got Boris Beatty. Okay. Now, the rest of it. Cody Fajardo. Deluxe. KC Sales. Ryan Hunter in the silver. Check out that beauty. Samuel MLS. And you can tell this is part of the Riders logo in it. It's got the curve to it. That is a beautiful, beautiful card to pull. So that is a treat. What a great way to end off on this pack opening. And then we got Cody Fajardo again, if I didn't show it already. So, there we have it. We went through 2 booster boxes, and we got some pretty solid pulls out of these. So I've got nice big stack here, the CFL Greatness. So between the two, we've probably got all but maybe 1 or 2 of the CFL Greatness parallel set. For our Upper Deck exclusives, yeah, there's Cody Fajardo. So we got 5 Upper Deck exclusives, 1 in the CFL Greatness form, and then 4 regular ones. So, Casey Sales, we got number 100 out of 100. Tavares Daniels, we got number 53 out of 100. 98 out of 100 for Willie Jefferson. Number 30 of 100, Zach Caleros. And then the CFL Greatness, Boris Beatty, we got number 56 out of 100. I'm not going to do the blue ones. I'm not going to figure out what numbers they are, but because there's way more of them out there. But we got Casey Sales, Kieran Moore, John Allen there in the CFL Greatness, James Butler, Boris Beatty, Wynn McManus, Brandon Dandridge, TJ Lee, Hardrick, Wesley Sutton, Casey Sales. So, good pulls there. So the red ones, there's 100 of each produced. And then for the blue ones, I think it was, just double checking. So these blue ones, there's 250 that are produced. So I believe, of not counting the autographed ones, the rarest are the red ones, and then you've got the blue ones, which are around 250. Then we'll do one little individual look at each of all these. So our autograph cards, we got Kadeem Carey. And so there's what it looks like on the back. So it mentions that it is, of course, an autograph card. There's our Derek Mills one. I'll show the autographs from this side too, so you take a look at it. There's Kadeem's. And there's Derek Mills. So the autograph ones are not numbered. Then Richie Stubblefield, let's show him off next. Nice jersey patch. So again, game jersey. James Butler. There. Again, no number on those. And then the Vernon Adams one. So this one is numbered, maybe because of the relic piece. I don't know, but there's the jersey number on it. And so yeah, right there you can see 14 out of 35. And then our last one, I haven't seen the back side of this. So there is our Samuel MLS. There we go. With a very fine signature. Then on the back here, this one's actually out of 99. So the rarest one that we pulled out of all of these was the Vernon Adams. Out of 35, only 14 out there. That's pretty good if I do say so myself. So I'll maybe make a little spreadsheet and get the final tally. Everything that we got. Let's set this guy back up to normal. So yeah, overall I would say it's a pretty successful pack opening. I've got a whole bunch of these lying around now on the side of my desk that I'll have to clear up. It's so of the base card, so this is after 2 boxes opening. So what I'll do is I will probably spend the next hour or so. I'll go through all of them. I'll sort them out by number and by team, by number in the using the box checklists, and go through who we've got, who we not. Another big irony is that we didn't get Royce Meche. I don't know if his card even exists out there. I'll have to look at the checklist when I do. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything I look to cover out of this little live stream today. So I want to thank you guys, especially Rick, Richard, Chris, for all commenting and hanging out, as well as anybody else who's either tuned in today or is tuning on it later as a saved video, because I guess you got nothing better to watch. But seriously, it means a lot, and I'm excited what it means. Kind of share my interest of the CFL with other fans, my friends. If anybody ever has any questions, comments, ways to improve the show, by all means, send me a message, and I will do what I can in my own small way. I do this just as a hobby because I love this league, and I love football. So yeah, that's all I can think of talking about. So if nobody's got anything else they want to talk to me about, I'm going to end the stream here. So thanks again for tuning in. Really excited. Show off these cards. Especially love the Saskatchewan part on Sam Emulus's. And then, of course, the rare find here, the Vernon Adams Jr. Out of 35. There. So really, really successful day. Yep. As you guys know, I will be at the tailgating. I will be in Montreal for the season opener between the Argos and the Alouettes. So if I don't see any of you guys there, I will see you as the Argonauts home opener on I guess it's the 13th to the 14th, whatever, Friday night or Saturday. It is there. So I'm looking forward to that. So thanks again, everybody. Have a good night and take care.